my family's from Vietnam, and when they were coming to America, my parents went to Cambodia, and they had my sister, but because they were so poor, she got real sick, and so she didn't get to. We didn't have the medical help that we needed, and so she didn't make it, so she passed away, and my parents had to bury her. They told me the story before. It's just like in the middle of the jungle by a river. And then they went to Cambodia, and my brother was born, and they went to the Philippines, and that's where I was actually born. And so from the Philippines, we went to California. And so I was 3 weeks old. I was just a baby when we moved to California. We lived in San Rafael for 8 years. It's on the outskirts of San Francisco Bay Area. My parents raised me as a Buddhist. There's a lot of Buddhist temples out there. I remember going to temple and praying and lighting incense and stuff like that. So I came to Alabama. I've been here since '94, and my parents did really well, and I did really well in school. I remember my dad leaving. He packed his stuff up in the middle of the night and just left, and so that was really hard for the family. And so they went through a really bad divorce, and my brother got taken away from me, which is really hard. And there was a point in my life where I was going to church, and I remember coming home one day from church, and my mom found out that I converted to Christianity. And she was throwing my stuff out in the yard. She was really upset. She was screaming, she was crying, she was on the phone with her dad in Vietnam. And she was pretty much disowning me and threatening to kick me out, because to her that was the ultimate betrayal. And it was hard for me to see that I broke my mother's heart. And I struggled with suicidal thoughts. And I started cutting myself. I was in a really bad place. I was just in a really dark place in my life. This was probably like my early 20s. And I wanted to run away. I wanted to make myself numb to everything. And there was a point where I started, messing around with cocaine. And I went on a binge for about 3 months. And so that scared me really, really bad. But I felt like because my family just fell apart, I had nobody, I was alone. And so I was still in a lot of pain. And so I just turned to alcohol, and so I drank for many years. And then I got stuck in abusive relationships. I dealt with a lot of mental and emotional and physical abuse growing up as a child, even sexual abuse too as a child, and when I was older. And I got married to this guy, and I know that I made a lot of bad mistakes. Nobody's perfect, but it was toxic, it was bad. And I was asleep one night, and he came home, messed up, and he flipped out and was throwing stuff, just punching walls, and he grabbed me by my neck, and he had me up on my neck to the ceiling, like my feet couldn't even touch. And I just remember thinking to myself, what did I do to deserve this life? What did I do to get here? And is this gonna be the last time that I even see light? And would anybody care? I mean, I felt alone. I just felt like, would anybody care if I was gone or not? And that wasn't the first time that he tried to kill me. But I felt like everyone that was put in my life to protect me, to love me, to support me, had some way let me down or failed me. And, a couple years ago, I met Beth Zark, and she invited me to church because I saw that I used to do nails, and I was doing her nails, and I met her in Madison, and Madison had this ring on, and it was a cross, and that's what opened the doors. Just for her inviting me to church, because I asked her, like, what church do you go to? And she's like, well, we go to the Word Community Church, we would love to have you come visit. And so, it was August the 31st, it was a Sunday in 2017, so I came to visit this church, and she introduced me to Susan Clements and Cheryl Hartley, and they were like, hey, we're getting ready to do Freedom, do you want to join? I was like, I have no idea what that is, but I was like, I'm so tired of this life, I'm exhausted, I have nothing to lose, what have I got to lose? I was like, might as well. And so that following Wednesday, I went to Freedom, and it completely changed my life. It gave me a family that I never had, because my family fell apart. We messed up somewhere along the lines, and we all, not that it was anyone's fault, but I felt like we just fell into the family, and we all went our separate directions. And so Freedom gave me a sisterhood, a family that I never had. And they stuck with me the whole 13 weeks, never left my side. They prayed for me, and they just loved on me. They had open arms. They didn't care what I'd been through, what I'd done, who I'd become. They just loved me for me, and they had open arms. And I just learned how to just, let my walls down and just let people love me. Because I got into a point in my life where I hated myself. I hated who I was. I hated who I had become. And I was so ashamed of my past. And I just never felt a love like that before. To see these people just love on me when I was so unworthy of love is how I felt. And my friends, they wrap me up and they love me. They give me a sense of family. They give me hope. And they make me brave. And I love hearing their stories, because their stories just make me so brave to tell my story. And I know that going through all that gave me my story. It blows me away. And it brings me to tears just knowing that what God did for us, and just the ultimate sacrifice, Him giving up His Son. And everything that He endured for us, to give us hope, and to give us freedom. To give us freedom from our sins, and our past. And He just loved us so unconditionally. It just amazes me. Like, who am I that you would love me so much that you'd give your only Son just for us? But it means hope, and it means freedom. My name is Way Wyatt, and this is my story.